Unstructured.
And unsupervised.
That's
Um,
Nicole Narayan.
I am Nicole Narayan, and that is Katrina Reese.
I'm Katrina Reese.
You are.
You're watching
You're the best Katrina Reese
Unstructured,
I
and
know.
oh, thank you. You're the best Nicole I know.
Thanks. How are you?
I just started the timer. I am doing really well today. Ooh, what you got there? You got a little clippy.
It's a little hair clip.
I
I
got
don't
a, I
know.
got a hair clip in.
I listen now.
Look
Apparently,
at,
this is the way I listen.
I got one in.
Oh, you do.
You know
I had it
what?
up here, but then I did this. I don't know.
This is like another synchronicity, and okay.
Of what? I'm
So
sorry. I can't
I'm
stop
just
playing
gonna
with
jump
this.
right into it. Or actually,
Let me
let's do a breathing, and then
You are okay.
I'll remember because I got the whiteboard.
Genius.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready to.
Again, unstructured, unsupervised, that's us. So we like to just state that very much so up front because that's exactly what we are. And we're going to do a little breath work before we get right into it. I am going to just be honest with everybody right now. I am a little tired today, so my energy is a little bit more low than it might normally be, which I think it's important to. Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay. I was like, I hear myself. I feel like it's important to say it's okay when you're tired, and I think it's important to say it's okay when you're not feeling 100%. And then even though
Yes.
you've given yourself a commitment that you and I are going to show up at some point on Thursdays because we tried to stick to a regular time, but we kind of just do our own thing. It's important for us to just share that, we made the commitment. We show up on Thursdays at some point, and we show up as we are in that moment. Come as you are. So if my energy is a little low today, Katrina's probably going to carry most of the show. We'll see where it goes. I don't know, but
I don't know. I don't know. Because
oh,
sometimes when we're talking and you're like, kind of like, kind of going through the whatever difficult kind of feeling, like you work through it. It's impressive to see.
thank you, thank you very much. Um, all right, so we'll do a little breathing.
I'm sorry,
I love
my light is still like doing this weird thing. It's not flickering in here,
it
but
gets like dim and then it gets light and then it gets
I
dim
don't
and
get
then it gets
it.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's like
know.
the camera keeps automatically adjusting, and I need to figure out how to have it not do that.
All right, we'll figure it out. Well, I won't. I will not help you. You will figure it out.
I woke up.
I'll be helping you with that. I don't know how to do that. Okay, so breath work. Yes, it's my favorite thing. In case I don't know if we've ever really discussed what we go into. I don't know if we've ever discussed that. Like that's what I do for a living. Like
Oh, I don't think
you
we've
know,
ever discussed anything that either of us do, other than just like,
right,
unless it comes
talking
up. Oh,
about our emotions and stuff. So in case you guys are like, well, who are you to teach us? Or you should question everything, everybody. That's my point in this. It's like, who am I to listen to you breathing? Well, not nobody. I'm just like everybody else, but I am certified to teach breathing, and if that means something to you, great. If it doesn't, and I'm just another human being that is doing breath work and it inspires you, that's also great. Either way, I like to put all of my certifications and all of my just humanness and everything up front. So great. So we're gonna close our eyes down.
my eye's twitching today.
It is.
Yeah,
Oh, we said that
this
before.
one.
Okay. So we're gonna close our eyes down. We'll come to a nice elongated spine.
Elongated.
Elongated. And we're gonna inhale through the nose and then we'll sigh it out through the mouth 3 times. Inhale. Through the mouth, sigh it out. Ah. 2 more. We'll just put our hand on our hearts for a moment. Just connecting with the space that we're in. Connecting with the seat beneath you, the air around you, and the sensation in your body. Take a deep inhale through the nose and powerfully out through the mouth. Two more. Two more. We'll gently open the eyes, coming back into the present moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes just taking a few minutes just to take 3 deep breaths, like, can change the course of a thought, can change the course of an emotion, a feeling, and just the general stressful moments. Like, let me just take a breath.
Yeah.
And it's free. It's free, people. It's
Oh,
free. It's
free.
free.
Never thought about that. It's free, but we
Oh,
shouldn't take advantage of it.
of breathing?
No.
You shouldn't take advantage of breathing?
You should never take breathing for granted.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gotcha.
I take it for granted, that's what I mean. I
Gotcha. I
get
was
those
like, you shouldn't
phrases
take advantage
confused
of breathing?
sometimes.
I'm like, if you don't take advantage of breathing, you're dead.
Yeah.
um, yes, you don't want to take it for granted for sure. No, totally not. It's a beautiful gift that we get for free.
So
And my
I
cat will meow sometimes. Sorry, she's
Oh, it's
really aggressive
okay. She's so
to go
cute.
outside, but I wish I could have my cat take a breath sometimes. I'm like, can you just
Can you breathe?
take a
Yeah,
breath?
Sylvia. Your cat's name is Tallulah,
Um,
right? So I was starting
Tallulah.
to say before, like, about synchronicity.
Oh
I
yeah,
am
yeah.
someone that very much pays attention to synchronistic events and things and such and words and items. So like the just a simple thing,
But
but then there are sometimes things happen and it makes me annoyed because I'm like, okay, could you write something else? Like that's how I feel sometimes is
like
that
what?
this
Can you
is
give me an example of what this? Why
like I
was this?
feel like sometimes is because I hadn't been wearing like a hair clip in a while and I was just kind of like I'm gonna just do it right now, and then you did that and it's just like that's so weird that you just did that and I just was thinking about it. But okay, so here's a more specific one.
Okay.
Earlier today, I was someone brought up Bill and Ted's Great Adventure, and then I was watching something else totally unrelated, and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure came up, and I was like, "Why is this
Well,
happening?" Like, how many times in my life have I like brought up Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure ever? Never, like
isn't it
literally
weird?
never.
I feel like we like did a quantum leap in 2020 during that quarantine.
Quantum
Like I
leap.
feel like yeah, I feel like there was like a quantum leap that happened. Like that whole year was like a year of like moving through some time warp or something. So now people are getting very much more aware of the synchronicities and the
Okay.
numbers and the things that are happening. And it's becoming more and more evident than it ever has been. And it happened very rapidly, very quickly. And I'm noticing more and more people that I talk to are starting to have more and more conversations like this, which is fantastic because it's been lonely. And I like, like when you talk about it, it's like people think you're crazy. And I'm like, no, I'm not. But, more and more are starting to join did you see the 1111? Me and you do that all the time. We text each other
Oh yeah,
1111.
11/11 all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
So there's always some kind of synchronicity or something like, and for me personally, like it always happens in such a weird physically sometimes it happens like yesterday. I guess I could say my boyfriend, he's my boyfriend. Something happened to him and it was like I'm at the same time like my head and my leg kind of hurt and something happened to me at the same time it happened to him and I was like, oh, was it around this time? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, interesting, that happened to me at this time. So it's like universal energy
It's
flows.
so crazy. Like
It
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 like
flows.
does aggravate me sometimes though, because I'm like it's cool, but also I'm like it's annoying because you know I feel crazy, and
Right.
it's like I've tried so hard not to be crazy, And then sometimes things happen. I'm like, I guess I am. I'm just insane. Like, this is just my own little world. I'm just a
Well,
person.
I'm so glad you just said that word because when you break the word down, right? You just said everyone, I'm insane, right? When you break the word down, it's insane.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't agree with the terminology when the people go, "Oh, you're insane." It's like you're so sane that the people outside of that sanity are making you feel crazy because you're in so much sanity.
I like that.
Because it's unfathomable about how much sanity you actually have because you're so tapped into it that the people that aren't are calling you insane. So that's my opinion.
Yeah.
At least that's what I tell myself to make myself feel better about my crazy.
I mean, like, I know it's because okay. Here's the thing. I really do think that I'm crazy on a lot of levels, but I'm
But
definitely
why?
eccentric.
But
Why?
why? Like, why are you? Why do you think you're like? What would be the first before you define crazy? Give me what the definition of quote unquote normal is, in your opinion.
Normal's crazy too. I guess it's just kind of like, oh, hold on. God damn it! Thought I had everything figured out today. Like that, for example. That
Right.
makes me feel crazy because it's like
But why does it? Why? But the word that you're using, why can't it just be funny? Why does it have
because
to be
it's
crazy?
not fun.
You didn't have fun just doing that?
I didn't have fun going to turn off my alarm for a phone that I thought that didn't have to hear from today again.
Ah,
So I
yeah,
guess
but
it's kind of like when like crazy for me. Crazy is like when I or someone else or my environment makes me feel like the reality that I know isn't what it is. Like, and I don't think that this is real. Like, I doubt my reality a lot, which I know is bad in a lot of
I don't
ways. But
think it's
also,
bad.
it's helpful in a lot of ways because then I'm like, well, none of this is real. Nothing's real. Everything's whatever. This is all just a simulation, and this is how this is like presenting itself to this point of consciousness right now. That's how I think of it. But it's not like I'm against crazy. It's just that it's very meta. Make sense?
I don't know what meta means, but like
I
meta.
don't
Like
exactly know what meta means either. Okay, meta is like in and of itself, I guess.
okay, like a metaphor.
Ooh, is it? I should know this.
I feel like a metaphor is describing something of what it is in a way that can make other people help understand it. So it's like, um,
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Yes. I'm gonna say yes.
okay, is of what it is.
Yes.
What did you just say? Those words?
In and
They
of
sound
itself, or like
in of
aware,
itself.
aware of itself
Okay.
in
So
itself.
I feel okay, so I feel very meta in my person, right? When I experience something, I know that I'm experiencing it from a place that comes from within my own mind. So, excuse me, I know what my insecurities are, I know what my strengths are, I know what my weaknesses are. And I am the type of person that relates to all beings.
Oh yeah, we need to fix
And
that.
I know, I'm sorry. I don't know how to turn that off. But I'm somebody who feels very connected to all living beings, all living things. Like I'm the type of person that if you walk, like if I see a butterfly flying by, I can relate myself to that butterfly. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to turn this frickin' thing off. Um, how do I do it? I don't know.
Well, what if you click sounds?
Sounds?
It
I
should
don't.
be on the
I'm not
top
beautiful.
bar of your screen. You have a Mac, right?
Yeah. Edit? No.
No. Sound something
File?
like sound settings or notifications or
Eh,
Maybe there's a shortcut. Hold on.
I don't know. I was in I don't know. I don't know. But my ear is ringing right now as I'm talking about this. My ear goes wee.
Oh, so then someone's talking about you.
Probably. Um,
Oh, so you can. Oh, here you go. If it's
you look that better?
you can silence notifications
Oh.
quickly. Uh, Option click on the notifications icon in the upper right corner of the desktop. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
You see my face? I'm like,
Ah!
calendar, Wi-Fi, battery, Thursday, 4:34 p.m. Search bar.
Oh, click the little apple on the top left,
Okay.
and then does it say system?
System preference.
System preferences.
Yes.
Click, and then go
It,
to. There should be like a maybe a gray box.
it says upgrade.
Okay, no, definitely no.
Okay. I'm gonna click out of this. And if it beeps during this again, then I'm sorry, everyone. And when we're done, I'll figure it out.
I'll write it down.
However, I take things. I wouldn't say I take no offense to anything, yet I take everything. If they say take nothing personally, right? So I don't actually take anything personally because I know it comes from a place of someone else's oneself, right? However, here's a great example. Walking through a store, there's all these nice knick-knack things, you know, whatever, like teapots and shit. And then there's like
Teapots and
these
shit. That's a
lawn
name. It's a great name for a show, for a store.
teapots,
Teapots and shit.
teapots and shit. And then there's these lawn ornaments, right? That like just didn't really look like they belonged in that area of like the store. Like somebody
Uh-huh.
put lawn ornaments in the middle of like teapots,
Yeah.
and it just didn't make sense, right? So who I was with at the time was like, this doesn't belong here. These look at this. This doesn't belong here. These are lawn ornaments. They shouldn't be here with the teapots. And I got like really upset because I'm like, why not? I'm like, why can't the outlandish thing that stands out be here amongst the teapots?
Well, what
Like
was it? What was the lawn ornament?
they're like those things that you stick in the ground that swirl around and do things.
Oh, okay, like a whirligig.
Yeah, like whirligig. And I guess I took it a little personally because
It offended you.
I feel like a whirligig in a shit storm of teapots, and I'm like, well,
What?
I'm like, well, wait a minute. I go, well, why can't they be there? He goes, they just don't look good there. So I always feel like such an outcast because I feel like somebody who always feels like I'm the outside person that doesn't belong in any situation because I'm
Oh,
so
definitely me
connected.
too. I'm always just kind of like,
Right, because I feel so connected to every single thing. Like I feel equally as connected to the teapots as I do to the whirly things.
see, I feel equally disconnected to everything, including myself.
Disconnected.
hmm But because of
Okay.
that, it makes me aware of how everything is connected. Like that is my like, oh, is this real? This seems ridiculous. Like, look at all these synchronicities. Looking at how everything is connected. Like, what? No. Like, there's like heavy doubt that I experience in my life of. I guess it's like I don't understand why things happen, and I want to, but I can't.
Well,
Even if I.
because you can't figure it out before it happens. You have to like, you have to
Not right
let.
now.
No, not right now, but after something happens, right? When take for instance, what's a good example to use? Say something happens and it feels really shitty at the time and you're like, wow, I can't believe I just experienced this is something, I don't know why that this happened. And then later to find out that that situation may have been a catalyst in something really great that happened to you, like, oh,
Yeah.
like people break up and then you end up meeting like somebody even more amazing later. You're like, this terrible breakup broke me up, but then I meet this other wonderful person and then I feel good again. Like that new love and light wouldn't come in without the removing of something else. So it's an ebb and flow of trust and surrender. I think surrender is the best word because for me, as somebody who likes to take control of situations so often, I'm always like, I got it. I can do this. Let me take control. Learning to surrender and just trusting the process of things and being like, okay, I don't, it actually takes the pressure off because now I'm not in control of this. It is not my responsibility to make sure that everything goes the way that I think it's supposed to. It just happens. And then it's so natural that it's like, oh, this is like effortless. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean, kind of, but I guess I'm having trouble connecting it to what I'm trying to express. But it's just like a difficult. It's just like that's what my reality is. It's just like, what? Like a lot of my life is just kind of like, excuse me? Like, hello, is anybody watching this? This is crazy. Like, I don't know any other word for it other than calling something like insane or crazy just because it's like I don't understand this.
I think you're not alone in that feeling.
No, I don't think so either. But
I
it's
feel like a
not a
lot of
comfortable
people
feeling.
struggle with reality, especially now, more
Yeah.
now more than ever.
Here's an interesting thing. This happened now about 10 years ago. So there was an earthquake that was in Virginia that was felt in New York. And at the time I was working at like a therapist office on the fourth floor of an office building. And so like the higher you are up in a building, the more you feel the effects of an earthquake because it's like the building shaking. So the
Right.
building. So I'm talking to my friend, who's my colleague. Like I'm talking to her like this, right? She's talking, and behind her is a clipboard hanging on the wall, and it starts. It's like just hanging on the wall, and then it starts as she's talking. It starts going like this, and I'm watching it as she's talking, and my first thought wasn't, what is what the fuck's going on with that clipboard? My first thought was, oh, I've gone crazy. Okay, well, at least it's like very clear and obvious. Like, I was like weirdly relieved. Like, oh, there it is. There it is.
That's the moment.
But then one of the therapists walked or ran outside of her office. She's like, we're having an earthquake. And then I was like, oh, I'm not crazy. It's just an earthquake.
Were you disappointed?
uh, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I want to say that part of me was like relieved, part of me was disappointed, and part of me was excited because I never experienced an earthquake before, and I was like, I shouldn't be excited about this. This is scary, but it's exciting. I'm sorry. It's a new experience. What do you want from me?
Just the sentence that you said right there. These are the topic. This is. I'm so glad that you and I do this because our energies together bounce off of each other so well, and like you just said, well, I shouldn't be excited about this, or I shouldn't be feeling like this is an earthquake, and it's like, in my opinion, I hear you say something that, and it's like, well, why? Not that you're wishing earthquakes upon anyone by any means,
Oh my gosh, what a hilarious thing though to like be
but
like,
like,
I wish an
you're
earthquake upon you. It's just so
right. Like,
ridiculous.
you're
May you be
you're
caught
not wishing.
inside of a tsunami.
What?
I just saw the tsunami wave behind me, so I thought of it.
Oh, there you go. Um, no, no, I'm saying like you just said, oh well, I shouldn't feel like that. It's an earthquake, and it's like, yeah, but doesn't that give you an indication within yourself that makes you feel like, hey, you know what? I'm actually. You're saying you're disconnected from reality, or you feel like you're disconnected from yourself at times, but I think you're not. I think you're very connected to reality and yourself because one, you were aware of the fact that you thought you were crazy, and you were kind of like intrigued and excited about the fact that you could
Okay.
potentially be crazy. Two, it's like, well,
Well, maybe it's like I'm
oh,
too aware, and that's why I'm
that's what
like,
it is. Yes, that's yes. So now you're like, well, then there's an earthquake, and you're like, oh, okay, it's an earthquake, and then you're like, oh, wait, it's an earthquake. Like I'm experiencing an earthquake right now. Like the fact that
it feels weird.
you're so alive, like you're so alive that like you're tapped into it. And I understand that because I feel the
Uh,
same way about a lot of things. So
but it's
for you,
exhausting.
oh my God, it's the most exhausting thing in the world. It's the most exhausting thing in the world. I'm always tired. I'm cranky as hell, but I'm like also in love with life because it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's scary and wonderful and exciting and treacherous and fucking wild. And we get to
Treacherous. Ooh.
we get to experience it. You know what I mean? Like we get to live in it, whether it's real or not real. We are here and we are experiencing it. And it's 4:44 as I'm looking at the clock right now. I just looked up that's the time. To validate this sentence is like we are here on an earthly realm, but we are of a higher vibration. So being of a higher vibration and coming from a place of absolute awareness like that and trying to make it earthly is the biggest challenge in itself.
Trying to make it earthly.
For me, anyway. I can't speak on behalf of you, but that's what it feels like for me.
Hmm. You said something. Oh, this wasn't exactly related to anything that we were talking about, other than that it was an earthquake. But it's kind of a funny story. Uh, us in Thailand, uh, with a family member that I don't want to say who it is because of what happened, which is just funny.
Okay.
But basically, there we were in Thailand. People who know me know exactly who this person is, and I'm laying in bed. We had separate rooms, and all of a sudden I like feel the like weirdness of like, oh, there's an earthquake happening. And I was like, oh wow, there must be an earthquake happening. Google searched it, Twitter searched it. Oh yeah, okay. Later, when I saw this family member, I was like, oh, so what were you, did you feel weird during the earthquake? He's like, what? I was like, there was an earthquake that happened this time, this day, you know. And my family member's like, oh my gosh, that's what that was? Oh, I was sitting on the toilet when it happened and things started rocking. Like,
Oh
I
my
started to feel
God.
like dizzy and I was like, wow, this is a really crazy, it's a really crazy poop.
It's like a really crazy poop.
Yeah. So they thought that they were having an earth shattering poop. Didn't realize it's an earthquake.
Imagine if it was his poop though that like set off the earthquake.
If it was,
Like maybe it was.
maybe it was.
Maybe
The butterfly effect. Yeah.
that's it.
That was
And that's
a fun trip.
yeah.
I highly recommend going to Thailand. Gonna go.
I would I would try it. I mean maybe. I don't know what's going on about travel and stuff because
Well,
of,
yeah.
the world,
This
but
was before. This was like the year before. This was 2019.
okay, so that you
Yeah.
just got into it. Like
Yeah. I got
you like
really
missed
lucky about
out.
being able to go on a trip like that. Um, I lost my thought. It
Earthquake.
happens.
I don't know. But oh, going back to being like, well, you shouldn't feel a certain way. That was my point in all of that before, was saying that like, oh, I shouldn't feel this way. Like, why do we put this pressure on ourselves because of what other people's fears are, and we have to instill them because now they have to become our fears? If you're in the middle of an
I mean,
earthquake, you're
earthquakes
also
are
on
kind of
a
scary.
well, I'm not disagreeing that they're scary. 100% they are. But the fact that you're in a moment, that you're embracing it in a way that you're like, well, if this is how it's going to happen, I'm going to try and enjoy these moments. Like you were on a plane one time that was having turbulence.
Oh
You were
yeah, and
laughing.
I also just told my room. And this is the kind of stuff that I'm like, synchronicity is strange, and I don't understand, and this isn't real, and I was literally before this podcast telling my roommate the story about how I almost fell out of a roller coaster one time.
Are you going to tell me that
Oh.
story? I would like to know. Like,
Yes.
okay, go
I
on.
was 14, summer camp. This was the first like summer that I was actually making like real friends, and the summer camp that I went to was an all-day camp, and every other week there would be a trip to like a park or water park, something like that. So this particular week, it was Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. So we're all excited. I love roller coasters. I am there with my friends in an amusement park. This is a new thing for me. We get to it was like the first roller coaster we went to. Great American Scream Machine,
Oh,
which
fuck that
was
ride. That shit is awful. They got rid of it, thank God.
nobody likes it. Nobody liked
That
it.
was the worst. The worst.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
got onto this roller coaster, and for those of you who don't know what the Great American Scream Machine is, it's this shitty roller coaster that used to be in Flags Great Adventure. It has 7 inversions. I think there's 2 corkscrews, a bat wing, and like 4 loops, I think. So the way that the car is, it's a car, and then the vest comes over, right? So it's like you're strapped in. It's an inversion. You know, you're supposed to be strapped in like that. So we go, click, 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 up, goes down, first loop, goes around. And as we're coming out of the first loop, my vest opens. Just like, and there's this like shitty seatbelt that like is kind of just like, well, it's there. And it doesn't do anything. It's just like there, you know? But if you're going to fly out of a roller coaster, like there is plenty of space, like you will fly out of it. So my vest is opening, but as it's coming down. So I'm like this, you know, because I'm like going into a roller coaster. I grab the vest, and I'm like, my friend next to me, I was like, my vest is opening. And like trying to like jam it in, and it's not working. It's like coming undone. And I was like, I have to hold on to your vest. And it had the hand grips too. So I was holding on to hers. She's holding on to my vest and me. It's a 2 minute, 2.5
That must have
minute
been the
ride.
longest fucking 2 minutes of your life. Holy shit.
It was, I don't really remember it, but of course not, because it's traumatizing and bizarre.
Right.
So, and like, I'm 14, right? And this is my first time at like this,
And this is the
amusement
first
park with
ride you
friends.
go on. It's not even
The
like you got to ride
first
the rest of the
ride.
ride.
First ride. And it's like, all, there's so many campers. So, like, get off this ride. I
What
was,
did you do?
well, like, the attendant comes over and like lets people out of their stuff or whatever. And I was like, my vest opened? And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, it just was like, and I explained the whole thing. They shut down the ride the entire day. And then my friends and I were like, well, that was fucking crazy. I never told my parents, never told my brothers, because it's just like,
Oh my God,
no.
Katrina, you could have sued fucking Six Flags because you're a
That's
millionaire.
what my roommate said. Oh, you could have sued them. There's actually probably several times I could have probably sued people for a lot of money. But I just was like, wow, that
Oh
was
my
crazy.
God,
Glad I
that's
didn't die.
fucking terrifying.
Isn't that weird?
I'm so sorry you had to experience
I
that.
still love roller
Also,
coasters.
super badass.
I love roller coasters.
Yeah, they're really a lot
It
of fun
doesn't
when
feel badass though. It just feels like, oh, hey, welcome to Born Identity Katrina Reese. Like,
damn.
I guess that is badass though when I say it like that.
Yeah. You survived the Great American Scream
But I
Machine.
didn't
For
want that to happen.
no, of course not. Nobody wants to fucking die on a roller
You know
coaster
what though?
or
I think
jump.
that it's so funny though that it was on the Great American Scream Machine. What a funny
I
name for a
feel,
traumatic event.
I mean, honestly, if it was going to be any roller coaster, it would have been that
It
one.
would have
That
been that
one
one,
was.
yeah.
It would have been that one. Um.
It was
So
such a shitty one. It's knocked
what?
down, by the way. You cannot ride that one anymore.
Yeah, it's knocked down. They built, I think, Superman there now, or something else is there. Um. But I
Can't.
haven't been to Six Flags in a long
Yeah,
time. But
Superman, maybe. Yeah.
so glad that you're still here. Um.
Thank you.
That's scary.
Have you ever
But
had any
yeah.
near-death experiences?
Um. I am petrified of the water because when I was a kid, I was at my friend's house and I jumped in their pool, and they had like a big party going on,
Uh huh.
and their
How old were you?
pool, I had to be like probably 6, I'd say 6. I was young. I was around 6 or
Mm-hmm.
7, and I jumped off the diving board, and they had all these floats in the pool, like big floats. and I got stuck under someone's float, and I couldn't get out from
Yeah.
under the water, and it was like they didn't like realize like I was under
There's a
them
child. Yeah.
because there was a ton of people in the pool. Like people were splashing off the diving board. Like everything was like just like there was waves going in because everybody was in the
Yeah.
pool. And I was like couldn't get out and
That was
felt
scary.
like I was gonna die. It was so scary. And then I didn't like get CPR or anything like that. Like after whatever amount of time it was, like I finally got out of it, and then that was fine. And
So
then
scary. Yeah. I'm also
yeah,
afraid of like the I almost like drowned as a kid too, in a pool.
yeah, like
Like I
the
was in a
drowning.
floaty and was looking into the water and then fell in and then
Yeah, the
somebody
water and I
rescued me.
don't get along. I don't like the water. At the beach, I got taken down by a wave, and I felt like I was under it forever, and like got beat up, and like
Oh
my head
yeah,
got
Riptide.
and that was awful. And I'm not like a big fan of the water. And then the other thing that happened, I did the shark dive at the aquarium
Oh
thinking I
yeah.
was face my fears of sharks, but really it's not the sharks that I'm afraid of. It's the water. It's the water.
So you don't like
I
going into pools and like
I
anything?
like to go. I could go in the pool now, but like I like to know that I'm on top of a float, or I have a noodle, or like I stay in the shallow end, or there's not a if there's a
Yeah.
lot of people in the pool, I don't like to go in the pool.
Okay. That
But
makes sense.
yeah, I'm like no thanks. But I like a hot tub is nice. I like a bath,
Ooh, a hot tub.
hot tub, shower, bath. That's cool. Pool with nobody in it. That's
A
okay too.
shower. You said a shower.
A shower's nice. I love
I'm glad you're
showers.
not afraid of showers.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of showers. Um,
That's good.
baby showers,
I was afraid of
yes.
showers
Adult
actually.
showers,
Now that I think about that, it was like, have you know when like you're a kid and you're like getting a bath, and then at some point you change to like showers, you
yeah.
know?
That's a
So I
weird thing.
remember like getting a bath and like asking about like what's a shower, and then my mom turning on the shower while the bath's still taking place. And it was terrifying. It's just like this is too much, and I'm sitting in a bath already. It's like oh, this is how
Right.
I'm gonna die.
What
Yeah,
a
it did
weird
not.
transition that is as a child, going from a bath to a shower. You're like, what, what do I
Yeah.
do? It's in my eyes. I don't know. Do I stand up? Do I just sit here until the dirty
Yeah,
bath water
showers
is
aren't made
gone?
for children.
Yeah.
They're just not.
No, they're not. So funny. Although it would be kind of cute if they had like a little baby sprout, like shower,
Oh, baby
like
shower.
like a
That
baby
sounds
shower.
weird. Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's a thing. Baby
But
shower.
like,
Do you have an opinion
like
on baby showers? I feel like that'd be a funny topic.
oh God, I got bombed at a baby shower one time, and I got shit faced at a baby
Off the
shower.
rosé.
Yeah, it was actually.
Of
It
course
was
it
White
was.
Zinfandel.
Oh,
I
White
was,
Zin.
I don't know. It
Nothing
was my
good has
cousin.
ever come from White Zin.
No, it doesn't. It was my cousin's baby shower, and I think I was just like not ready for her to have a baby yet, and I was just like not okay with
Oh,
it because we were so close. I get very weird every time I found out that somebody was pregnant. I get really upset about it. Like I
really?
never, yeah, it's super weird. When my cousin told
Is
me she
it
was
like you're
pregnant,
jealous of them, or that you're like, oh no, it's gonna affect the dynamic, or child, or
it's all of it. It's
yeah?
all of it. Like I've always been like the baby of my family,
Okay.
and I'm just like a giant baby in real life. So like when I make connections with people that are like my people, like I'm like, oh my God, you're gonna not, I'm not gonna, do you still, are you gonna love me? Because I'm the baby.
Aw.
And I need
I'm
to
the
know,
baby. I'm the
I'm
baby.
so sorry.
Sorry.
But yeah, so my friend, when she found out that she was pregnant, oh my God, I'm so sorry this keeps happening. I'm sorry, Jennifer, shut up.
Tell Jennifer to shh.
Wait, I'm just gonna, don't text me.
Don't text me right now. Or you could actually put it on mute temporarily. You know those things at baby showers where it's like you can
Wait,
count.
wait, I'm sorry, wait, I'm not in the moment with you right now.
Okay.
Because I just wrote, don't text,
What did you say?
don't text me, I'm sorry.
No, no, you have to clarify for her. No, you can't wait. That's If that was me, if I got that, I would have been like,
No, because the best thing about me and her is like she knows my personality so
okay.
well that I'm like, don't text me. She's gonna
See, I would,
she
but
knows
like for
like
me, it would have been like,
she knows I'm in the middle of something right now. Oh, broken heart. Don't text me. And I write, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you gonna
we
say?
will definitely learn how to do the notifications thing soon. Um,
Yeah, I'm
you
so
know
sorry.
those games at baby showers, and there's the
Oh
one
yeah,
where
bathing.
there's always like a thing that's filled with other things that you have to guess the number of how many things is in the thing. So like if there's a jar filled with M&Ms or like golf balls or whatever, or there's a balloon that has
Oh
jelly
yeah,
beans in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't know.
How many things are in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how many things? I am so good at those. Okay?
Are you?
I'm so good at them. Whenever there is one, I'm never wrong. Never lost a single one of those games. I don't know
Because you
why.
must have so many candles and like bath scrubs now.
I mean, was that okay? What have I won? Candy, alcohol. I remember one time it was like I must have been 9 years old, and it was a library thing, and you could win this really cool like butterfly mask. And I like guessed
Ooh,
the number of whatever in the container. I don't know. It's a really weird talent.
I like it. I don't really win stuff. I usually stick around until everybody else leaves and sees if there's any dessert left over or candy or stuff that I could take home.
Oh, like you take home like the flower.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
centerpiece. No, I don't want the
centerpiece.
centerpiece. I want the extra leftover cupcakes that
I
nobody
mean, I
else
want that
ate.
too, but I want like the
Yeah,
balloons and the flowers and stuff too.
the flowers are pretty too. The centerpiece is pretty. It's like don't go to waste. You know, they spent all this money on these flowers. Somebody should take them all.
Oh yeah,
I think anyway.
or do
Um,
something with them.
yeah, make another bouquet somewhere else. Break them up. Throw them in. Put them in your. A really popular thing to do now is put flowers in the bath with you. I
Yeah,
tried it.
I
I
like that.
put flowers, rose petals in the bathtub with me. I was like, I'm romantic with myself. I'm giving myself this day. I deserve this.
That's great, but you're saying it in such a way that's like unbelievable.
I
You're
did
like, I
though,
put
and
flowers in the bath.
I put flowers in the bath because I'm mortified by it. Because I feel like a
Why?
fucking because I feel like a fucking asshole standing there cutting flowers into the bathtub. Like I should be presented with this. You know what I mean? Like it should
Yeah,
already be done for me, and then I just step into this beautiful, graceful, luxurious bathtub of citrus and flowers. But no, I didn't have that option, so I cut them up myself, and here
but
I am
you
dicing.
don't. It doesn't like make it doesn't please you to do nice things for yourself.
It does make me happy after I did it, but it was
Oh,
like it
in the
would have
moment
been.
you're like, fuck this.
I just felt like an idiot. I just stood. I just felt stupid cutting flowers into. I was like, I specifically bought flowers to put in the bathtub for myself, and then the
Oh,
soap got.
that's different. I never thought about doing that. Like if there are flowers, like if someone gave me flowers, and I was like,
No,
oh,
I
then I'm
went
gonna.
and bought them because I was like, I deserve this.
You
I
bought
deserve to
flowers and then
get
immediately chopped them up.
into the bathtub.
This is funny.
I
What
chopped
kind
them
of
up.
flowers were they?
They're like a nice arrangement of like multicolored flowers.
Okay.
I put them in the bathtub, and then it wasn't as romantic as I was trying. I brought a house plant into the bathroom with me. I thought
Oh,
maybe the house plant would give like this allure that I was on vacation or something. It was at my dad's house. They were away on vacation. So I said, I'm going to make a mini vacation at their house
that's
where they're
nice.
gone.
I like that.
And I chopped up flowers. I chopped up some oranges. I put them in the bathtub with me. And then I sat there like, like sit there. I feel like an idiot. I'm like, all right, I'm in the bathtub.
Wait. Did you you really chopped up an orange? You didn't eat it. You took the
No, I
orange.
put it in the bathtub. I see the things on Instagram that I
You're
can't
supposed to do
stand. I'm
that?
like, no, I just see people do it on Instagram, and I go, who does this? Who's
And
doing
you're
this?
like
I go,
See,
I'm doing it.
I've heard of putting orange peels for sure like in bath. But
Yep, that's nice.
and actually have you ever eaten an orange while taking a shower? Because I heard this once, or any kind of fruit, like eating like a fresh fruit while you're taking a shower, it always tastes better, and it does. I've done this one time to see how it was like, and it's accurate.
Interesting. I feel
But
like
I just think it's
I
really
have
funny that you just put an entire bouquet with
for a
a.
bouquet of flowers. I was like, I deserve this. I should
Did it
treat
make your
myself.
skin nice?
No, it just made it look pretty in the tub. And then
Okay.
it was a whole thing because here I am realizing, oh, I go, I'm gonna make this so nice for myself. I put all the bubbles in, I put the flowers in.
Yeah, a little bubble bath.
The water in that bathroom hasn't been ran because nobody uses it, so the water came out rusty.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was
Oh
terrible.
no, you took a bath in rusty water with an
No,
orange.
I drained it. I
Okay,
drained it
good.
out, and all the drain. Then the flowers went to the drain. So I had
Oh,
a
so you
huge
put the
clump
flowers
of
in
flowers.
before the water came out.
I don't know what I did. I didn't do it well, and
I think
I
you're
put the
supposed to
flowers.
make the bath
Yeah,
with the bubbles and then put the flowers and stuff.
I was
So that
actually
you.
I did it wrong. I didn't do it the maybe the best way I could have
It
done it.
wasn't
And
wrong, yeah.
it wasn't wrong. It just
It
didn't do the
made it
best way it could have
problematic.
been done. And it was not something I will experience again unless somebody is making that happen for me. Like if I'm prepared to be like I'm unrobing now and stepping into this beautiful bathtub of citrus, then I'm gonna be like, this is awesome. But for me to have to do all that work again, no, it wasn't a good
That's
time.
actually such a nice thought. Actually, I've never had somebody run a bath for me. But I know that's
Right?
something that people do in movies
Do
and stuff.
something about
Oh,
it.
I've run a bath. Oh, I've drawn a bath for you.
Thank you.
Do
Like
you
somebody
want the
draw.
next time I'm at your place? Do you want me to draw a bath for you?
I'm gonna draw you a picture of a bathtub, and I'm gonna be like, I drew you a bath.
Now it was an asshole.
Do you
Sure.
like it? Do you like it?
I love it.
And then I just spill water on it. Isn't it good? I
This
drew
is
you a bath.
that's
This
like
is my
an art
haunted.
piece.
I'm so literal.
It's very
Um,
Little Prince esque.
the prince. Oh.
Oh, you had like the pebbles. My mom used to do
Yeah,
my hair like that when I was a baby.
that's cute.
I did a little. I had really curly hair, like banana curls, and yeah, I looked like a little doll, cause she put me in these little outfits with like the little Mary Jane shoes.
Harry James was the cutest.
They were very, very cute. Wait, I'm gonna try to find a photo.
You have one of this outfit?
I definitely have photos of like me as a child that I could definitely show you. An example. Oh, so here's one. Oh, here's two of them actually. So let me zoom in.
Oh,
That's
adorable.
At 1 year old, looking at a
Oh,
bubble.
so cute.
And then this is me. Oh, this is me pretty standard.
Oh, I love
Nothing's changed.
that. What do you
And
have?
this
What do
one.
you have in your hand?
Like a whole loaf of bread.
Oh,
I was a cute
baby.
child.
You are so cute.
So she would
You're like
dress
a
me in these like outfits all the
you're like a
time.
little baby doll.
Yeah, people would think I was a doll because I was tiny too, and I walked and talked
So
young,
cute.
and
I
I
want a
didn't
picture
look
of you.
like my mom.
This is my favorite picture. This is one of my favorite pictures of myself as a child. Wait, am I doing good?
Are you dressed up as a cowgirl? Wait,
No, I'm in Italy.
you're
I
in
can't.
Italy. Wait,
Oh
wait.
yeah, here we go.
There you go. What do you
Yeah,
got
I'm
there?
on a donkey. I'm on a donkey,
You're on a
and
donkey. It's
yeah,
all
and
decorated.
yeah. But there's a different one that's really good, and I don't know where it is at the moment.
I've
Dang,
never
dang.
ridden a donkey. I've ridden
It wasn't,
horses
I
and
was mad because it wasn't a real donkey. It wasn't
you
real.
you don't look smiley there.
I wasn't. That's why I was mad. And this one, I looked like I was gonna sell
It
real
wasn't a
estate.
real dinosaur. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I
Wow,
was.
look at you. Look
Yeah,
at
I was
your
very.
hair.
Yeah. I'm.
Wow.
This is where the heck is the other one? Damn. It was so funny. I was like making a face or something that I do. I'll show you next time maybe. Anyway, um, being a kid, getting dressed up. Where did this start from? Oh, my hair being in a Pebbles thing. Okay. I'm like, where was the origin of these photos coming from?
Yeah.
Where did we get here? Um,
Well, yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to
How are you
still
feeling?
fathom the fact. I'm feeling like I can't believe that you survived like a roller coaster almost. Like I would have been terrified if
Yeah.
my roller coaster vest came off. That's what I'm still on. I'm sorry. I'm like envisioning that whole. I'm reliving it right now for you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. But were there any other near-death experiences? Oh yeah, there was. Duh, Nicole. It was pretty major actually. I was
Oh,
held at
yeah.
gunpoint. That was really
It's
fun. That
crazy.
was a great time. I'm This is why I get really awkward when like things happen. Like I laugh. I actually started laughing, I think, when
I believe you. I would also laugh. I would
and it's
also
I
laugh.
don't mean to. Like that scene from I don't know if you've ever seen the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix and he just is laughing and he's like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I can't
laughing, I'm
stop laughing.
sorry.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what
That's your
happens to
go-to
me
response.
sometimes. Like I get so nervous that like I don't know what else to do that I just start
See,
laughing.
when sometimes things happen and I start laughing because I think it's so ridiculous, like the plane, like
Right.
a bunch of things like that. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the plane. Well, you've heard me tell the plane story, but I'll tell it really fast. Where actually coming back from Thailand. So see,
More
again,
sympathy.
again, makes me
Again.
cry.
Again.
Flying back from Thailand after having had like realizations on the trip of like, all right, I'm gonna start focusing on what do I want to do with my life and like what am I doing and things like that. And the plane like fell out of the sky basically, and it was stressful and people started like screaming and crying and praying, and I laughed like a maniac.
Yeah.
So, but the thing that is pretty funny is that, you know, the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
And there's a line, one of the weasels says to another weasel, one of these days you're gonna die laughing. And then he dies laughing. So, my family, or my sibling, said this to me, like, constantly growing up whenever I was starting to laugh about something, and it would make me laugh harder. And if you see me laugh, like, it's an experience. I mean, I've laughed on here, but this is not Katrina maniacal laughter, Katrina. And so on the plane, uh, the the ho- the air stewardess, I'm laughing already. They're
I'm
like,
laughing at the little noises you're making like
it's just so ridiculous. So they're like serving water, right? And on the intercom, the pilot's like, "We're about to experience some turbulence, so just so you're aware." And as he's saying that, the plane goes like this, right? Like a little bit, like, and we have our water now. We're like, "Oh, oh,
what?
that was it." And then the plane dropped. All the water in my cup went straight up into the air. Like that's how fast the plane fell. And the flight crew like abandoned their carts, which had all the like sodas and waters and stuff. And there was a 2 liter of cola that was open. It was like shaking, and I'm like watching it, like thinking about those soda and Mentos commercial or things where you like
Yeah.
explode. I'm like waiting for that to happen, and I'm laughing. And my sibling, who has said to me so many times, one of these days you're going to die laughing, looks over and goes, "Don't laugh right now." And is having like total panic attack over the experience, which it was terrifying. We were flying in like a lightning
Yeah.
storm. And then after, and so I like forced myself to shut up because I wanted to alleviate my family member. And also was like, all right, these other people probably don't appreciate me laughing right now. And then after it was done, the flight attendants came back to the car, started like running around giving like puke bags to a lot of people who puked. And then when we got off the plane, my sibling was like, I was like, a lot of people puked on that flight, and they're like, your laugh will haunt their dreams. You realize that, right? And I love that. I
That's
laugh
great.
so much. Oh, of
That's
course
funny.
I'm gonna die at this moment.
Imagine, oh my God. I'm so glad you didn't.
Yeah, me
But
too.
yeah, sometimes it's just like a nervous thing. Like you just start laughing and you can't help it.
I
So,
wasn't even. I definitely laugh when I'm nervous, but that one was purely like, well, of course.
wow. I would have been scared. I would be like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Um,
Yeah, I don't think people appreciated me.
no. I mean, I would have been like, this girl's fucking nuts. I love her. I think it would have maybe alleviated me. I would be like, she's laughing. I'm gonna laugh with her. Not you laugh with me.
Yeah.
That's funny. Um, so I don't know. Our ADD, again, like I said when we came on here before, I was like, I'm a little quiet. I'm a little like slow moving
It's all
today.
good. We have a few more minutes.
I
3.
did a class yesterday, which I was so happy to be a part of. I did a class at Alchemy, which is in Hale Site, Huntington, and it's every Wednesday at 10 a.m. And it's slowly but surely growing. I had more people than I did the first week, so I had about 3 people yesterday. I had
Nice.
one person the first time, now I had three, and two other people were there while what was happening, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to be back next week, so we'll all join."
Oh,
So I was like,
yay. That's how that stuff
so
builds, yes.
it was really cool because like we geared it towards like the individuals. Like we had a little group discussion before we started to kind of see where everybody was and what they were feeling. And it was great because one of the girls who owns the place, she started playing the bowls while we were
Ooh, oh,
doing.
I have bowls.
They're awesome. I love those sound healing bowls. And the environment of it was so great because I said to the people, I was like, I'm just somebody who is here to hold space, share what I know with you, and be open to know what you have to share with me as well. Because I don't want to be up here and be like, oh, I'm your yoga instructor, I'm the yoga teacher, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are just as much my teacher as I am yours. And I think if you have something unique that you want to bring to the class, that you think maybe we could do it a more interesting way or something that aligns with you, well, that's
Excuse me.
beneficial for all of us to hear that. So I keep it very open for everybody to feel like their uniqueness and their individuality is met and seen and heard and felt and shared. And it was like so
That's
nice
really beautiful because, like, a lot
to,
of classes aren't like that at all. It's like, that's the instructor, and
right. And I did not want to be, I did not want to be like that. And the girl, one of the girls that was in the class, she came in and she, not to divulge too much of her stuff, but she wasn't in a great place when she got there. And she's like, I just don't know how I'm going to get back to what I'm looking for. And I don't know how, when I'm going to get there. And by the end of the class, because I did some heavy breath work with her, I was like, I'm like, are you prepared to ignite some stuff in you? Like, do you want to go there?
oh,
I'm not gonna, but yeah, oh, we're done. Anyway, after the class, she did the breath work and she said she felt a million times better than she did when she walked in. She's like, I would
good.
definitely be back next week. So that made me feel so good to know that I helped somebody.
When's your class?
Every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. on at Alchemy Apothecary in Hale Site.
I can try to do that.
Yeah, you should come. It would be
That'd
fun.
be fun.
Yeah.
Yay. Um, my, I guess, thing that I'll say, I'm doing an open mic at the Tiny Cupboard every Friday now at 8:30 p.m. and it's like a long set open mic. So maximum 7 performers and 10 minutes each. $2. Pretty good for 10 minutes
So,
in the city.
totally.
Yeah, I like it.
That's great.
Well, we have reached the end.
All right.
And thank
Well,
you so
that's
much for talking today early, even as you don't feel your normal
thank you.
bright self, but
That's
you will.
okay. I'm still here. I'm still
You're still
happy. I
there.
just sleepy today.
Yeah,
That's all.
you gotta take a good
It was
nap.
a long few days. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a little nap now. But you have yourself a beautiful evening,
You too. And
and we'll see each other next week. I'll probably talk to you before that.
yeah. Bye, lady.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.